more than 30 days is a lot of time for the range to be broken, isn't it? So that's the reason I do not get into non-directional immediately. I will wait. So usually I prefer to get into non-directional close to the end of first week of that expiry, if we are getting those chances. No, no, it's not. I'm in Bank Nifty strategy. Nothing. I don't do anything different. I will do short triangle only. It's just that right now I'm studying whether these strategies really work with just short expiry cycle. So definitely for weekly expiry, credit strategies are the best. Imagine every week you are going to get 5 to 8% of your capital in your account. What is the harm in that? It can remain. Pudupet. It can remain in the same zone for quite some time. No, no, Sushila, that doesn't matter. See, when a call, when a stock hits a demand or a supply, one of the sides will be a little bit more expensive. That should not matter. You have to look at the overall credit. Don't look at the individual legs credit. All right. So again, limited risk, limited reward, anchor strike plus minus premium. Correct, Deepa. Delta is neutral again. Theta is positive because you're selling options. Vega is negative because volatility can go up to section 5 and that can hurt your position. Again, the same thing. Minus C minus P plus C plus P. All the parameters are the same except for now here we also need to check the Vega part. Vega of iron condor should be half of the Vega of minus C minus P club together. Like what we had in bull call, bull put and bear call spread. Vega should be half of the anchor unit. In this case also Vega of the entire iron condor should be half of the anchor unit's Vega. So Sheila, I didn't say we take monthly demand. I said when the stock comes and sits in your monthly demand, there will be some daily demands inside that monthly demand, right? You have to take those. All right. So non-directional and section 5 don't come very often, but you during election time you could see that happening. There is a possibility that it can happen. Again, the same thing. Minus 5900, minus 5500. Now you go ahead and add your offset units because volatility is in section 4. And if you see the Vega of this entire iron condor is 5.722 and the Vega of these two cell units together was 4.7 plus 4.5, that is 9.2. Now this is approximately half of that, isn't it? All right. So is this clear now? So these are the two non-directional strategies that we have taught you. There are few more non-directional strategies which are going to be covered in XLTs. There are recorded sessions and there will be live sessions as well. You can go ahead and check the recorded sessions. And the recorded sessions will also have all these strategies explained to you again. So you can next week onwards start looking at those recorded sessions and refresh your strategies. You watch all lesson sessions, Prasanna. So I have taken all the lesson sessions in options. Okay. Now the last strategy that I have to cover. All right, Anand. So in section 3, no directional strategies, only non-directional, but those are covered in XLTs. Section 3, best is to, so the moment I see section 3, I see if the stock is non-directional. If the stock is non-directional, then I will go for futures. Not non-directional, then I'll go for future. If it's non-directional, then I'll go for option strategy. The last 2018, more than sufficient, Rahul. About 100 sessions, out of which 50 sessions will be lessons. So, which me, Vishal, and to some extent now Rahul has also started taking options XLT. Earlier it was only me and Vishal. Rahul came later. So, you can go through my lesson sessions. Yes, Ashish. Now that's why. Now you remember, Ashish, why I said if you know short call, short put, long call, long put, everything is an adaptation of those four strategies based on the market conditions. I mean, the optimum, Ashish, is these strategies. Beyond these, you won't get any strategies. I mean, you try to do, they won't make sense. So in the market, if you buy an options book, you will have plethora of option strategies. Everything doesn't make sense. Don't fall for that trap. Whatever number of strategies we have provided are the most optimum number and good enough to give you trading opportunities every week. Yeah, trading must be simple. No, no, no. It's not. I mean, the similar analogies, but they are not the same conditions. Yeah. So like in equilibrium, we only trade with the trend. In non-directional, we don't trade in equilibrium, right? Core strategy. But in this case, equilibrium only credit strategies, that to non-directional, no directional strategies. Okay. Now the last strategy that is remaining is synthetics, which in my opinion is another useless strategy, and you'll know why. Okay, I don't know. Vishal has modified synthetic with a protection leg. What is a protection leg? Rajit, can you tell me? On both sides? Only put. So basically when you are in long synthetic, you buy a put. If so, long synthetic buy a put option, and short synthetic by a call option. And none of you questioned it. देख के मैं तुमको बोलता है. The first one, if you're long options and you buy a put, it is nothing but a call option. And if you if you are in short synthetic and you buy a call, it is nothing but a long put. ये ले लो, मैंने आपको वही स्ट्रेटेजी सस्ते में करा दी. I'll show you here, Sony. नहीं नहीं, मैं डांटना छोड़ दिया अभी. To each his own. But the only thing I want to advise all of you is ask questions. Then only you will learn. Don't follow blindly. When you ask questions, your brain starts working. When your brain starts working, all possibilities come in front of you. Both so in Prasanna, in short triangle there are two anchors, the short call and short put, both are the anchors. And what strike does he use for long put? Rajit, is it like two strikes below? One strike. Okay, so 10,700. All right. Now, along with this, I'll also take this opportunity to explain to you what is a synthetic. So synthetics are nothing but they mimic the script position 1:1. Okay, this strategy creates a net debit and is ideally used when volatilities are low to fair. But you can do this strategy in any section. This is this strategy can be done in any section. Reason is this is Vega neutral strategy. Volatility does not impact our position in this scenario or in this strategy. Okay, so here they say you do it in 1 2 3, but you can do it in 1 2 3 4 5. The bullish synthetic strategy is called a synthetic long script. The bearish is called synthetic short script. We use this in section 1 to 3. This strategy can be both bearish and bullish. You can do it in all strategies. Now read this page. No, two options to sell, Chandra, and two options to buy in case of iron condor. So have you read all of you? Yeah. So synthetic positions provide an unlimited risk characteristics just like being long or short script. They are not our preferred strategy, but since not every market provides 90 days out, we sometimes use them to avoid being hurt on theta. But then futures लेने में क्या प्रॉब्लम है? फ्यूचर्स में भी थीटा काम नहीं करता, वॉलेटिलिटी काम नहीं करता, सिर्फ डायरेक्शन पे करता है. सिंथेटिक्स में भी वॉलेटिलिटी काम नहीं करता, थीटा काम नहीं करता, सिर्फ डायरेक्शन पे करता है. तो ये करने का क्यों? नो नो नो. डायनामिक लेवरेज. हु स्टेटेड डायनामिक लेवरेज? सोनी. डायनामिक लेवरेज ट्रिगर्स ओनली विच क्लास? अच्छा, ऑप्शंस क्लास. अरे तुम इधर भी अटेंड करते हो, वो भी अटेंड करते हो. सॉलिड लोग हो यार. कल राहुल ने कहा लिया. कल कल राहुल का था ना. विशाल ने अच्छा आफ्टर फॉर राहुल ने लिया. ओके ओके, विशाल ने लिया. ओके ठीक है. नो नो नो. डायनामिक लेवरेज. सोनी इज omni present. Dynamic leverage is only in long options, remember. What is I to take it? Okay. No, no, no. See, okay. No, no. Listen to me. Synthetics do not provide dynamic leverage. A long call and a long put can only provide you dynamic leverage, or a bull call and a bear put. Okay, synthetics will not provide you dynamic leverage unless and until you remove the short unit. Unless and until you remove the short unit, you will not have synthetic getting into a dynamic leverage. This means we will make or lose money on delta without being helped or hurt on any other Greeks. All the other Greeks are fully offset and become zero. The exception is rho. Okay, so synthetic long position is a debit strategy and bullish. Script is in an uptrend and trading in demand zone can be done in any section. Vega is neutral and there are no volatility implications. Risk unlimited, reward unlimited, break even is anchor strike plus premium. स्टॉक का क्या है बताइए मेरे को. रिस्क रिवॉर्ड व्हेन यू बाय अ स्टॉक और अ फ्यूचर, व्हाट इज द रिस्क रिवॉर्ड? बोथ अनलिमिटेड, राइट? अनलिमिटेड रिस्क एंड अनलिमिटेड रिवॉर्ड, सेम एज दिस ग्राफ एग्जैक्टली. फिर फ्यूचर क्यों नहीं कर सकते आप? And how do we construct this? You're doubly bullish here. You buy a call option which is a bullish strategy, then you sell a put option which is again a bullish strategy. Buy and add the money call option, buy and add out of the money put option, parameters, expiry date that allows time for price to get target. So whatever is best available. Yes. I have not, I've only twice in my career, only twice I have done synthetics. That is traded. So you might know how much importance I pay to synthetics. So those who attend my options XLT, have you ever seen me talking about synthetics? In fact, I have. No, capital is going to be still the same because a short put is going to involve a futures margin, right? Yeah, so I have given this suggestion to OTA as well as the OTA Mumbai that this should be removed, which eventually is going to happen. Okay. Now anchor strike expiry, whatever is available. Close if target or stop is met. Rollover if short unit is trading for 10%. So here, if the short put, let's say you had received 15 rupees, and if it is trading at 1.5, then you roll over the entire position. There is no evolution in this because we are not affected by any of the Greeks, right? Except for delta, which is 1 anyways. So delta is always going to be 1. So it is going to mimic the script position 1:1. Remember that. That is what it is. So to create a bullish synthetic strategy, plus 100C, at the same time sell the 100 put option. Volatility is not relevant. Delta 1, theta 0, vega 0, and this is what it is even for futures and underlying stock. Yeah, I'll explain, don't worry. Is this clear? And the short synthetic is nothing but the opposite. At supply, you have to do this. The short synthetic. It's the same. Unlimited risk, unlimited reward, negative delta, theta, vega are positive. Margin is also not going to be different here, Anand. This is as good as selling a future. See, minus C in India is going to cost you, isn't it? A futures margin. क्यों कम लगेगा भाई? माइनस पी कर रहे हो ना बाइंग में. Minus C is going to cost you a futures margin, but you are going to receive some premium. When you receive that premium, you use it to buy the put option. So whatever was received was spent in buying put option, but still you are going to put in a margin for the short call, for the short option. Yeah, this is exactly like futures or the stock. This is minus 1500 and plus 1500. That's it. Usually it happens. It is not necessary. Sony. That's why it could be a debit or credit. Do not look for a credit. Then you will choose your strikes wrong. Again, minus 1 delta. Theta vega is going to be 0. Now let me just show this in options oracle. Now this is the options oracle. I'm going to explain this to you shortly because we have finished with all our strategies and we have to move to our RR calculations now. Now if you see, that's what the long, is this what is the strategy for a long script or a long synthetic? The graph. Can you all see this? Yes, unlimited risk, unlimited reward. Now if I add one long put below, okay, if I add one long put below, let's see what happens to the graph. ये किसका ग्राफ है? So buy call is cheaper, fancy strategy is cheaper, synthetic with a put. So that's what you did, right? You changed the unlimited risk to now you keep an eye on this graph, okay? Is this graph fine to you? What this graph is this? Limited risk and unlimited reward. So if you check this, right? When I uncheck this part, okay, let's pay attention here. So this is the synthetic. So I have unchecked the long put here. Long call 10,800, short put 10,800. This is how the synthetic graph looks like. And what you told me is that we are adding one leg of a long put for protection, correct? Yeah. So that converts it into a long call graph. And if I now pay an attention, this is synthetic plus long put. Now I will show you the same graph, but now this is the same graph, but the only thing that we are doing is buying a call option. Yes. So then why not futures which will be cheaper, Rajit? You know, frankly speaking, this is the trend that I have seen in options XLT. That's why somehow I don't feel good about it. Okay, I don't feel good about options XLT because what everybody is only looking at is how can I hedge my futures position. It is bullshit. Why would you want to hedge a futures position? You only want to hedge a futures positions because you are not comfortable taking a stop loss, and you are not comfortable taking a stop loss because you have never been profitable. So the issue is gap risk. So that means gap is an issue for you. Why not tame gaps as a topic rather than doing all this fancy stuff? I am there. I do not hedge my futures position. If it has stopped me out, I will take the stop. People don't want to take stop. There is no strategy where there is no stop loss. There is no strategy in the world which will tell you that you will never lose money. Absolutely, Sony. Trade with the trend, gaps will be in your favor, not against you. The problem is most of you trade counter trend, that's why gaps में फट जाती है. काबिल बनो पहले काबिल. सबको immediately पैसे कमाने हैं. नहीं होगा possible. If you want to really be a full-time trader, right? Become a trader by doing the right things, not by compromising, because you are unable to take it. स्टॉप लॉस से डरने लगता सर जी, कैपिटल से डरने लगता सर जी, गैप से डर लगता है. The easiest way to tame gap is trade in the direction of the trend. Now to understand what is the trend, you need to know good amount of core strategy, and to know core strategy you have to perfect core strategy. उसके लिए आपको efforts डालने पड़ेंगे. That is where the testing time is, Sony. कमल कीचड़ में ही खिलता है. How to perfect core strategy? Backtest, take trades, understand your mistakes. Yeah, so you have to reverse that. 8, so, reverse मतलब क्या, 5 ट्रेड प्रॉफिटेबल होने चाहिए, बस खत्म, बाकी आपका सब काम खत्म हो गया. So Rajit, okay, since I have met you and since I know you now, you told me this is a strategy. Did you ask the questions that I asked you for this? Like I asked you. The pro Did you ask? Sir, but if I had a put option, shouldn't it be same as a call option? And somebody said we are going to get hurt. We are going to be avoided on theta. Who said you will be avoided on theta here? Look at the value of theta here. You have still have a theta of minus 3.31. Did you see the Greeks here in the summary table? Now, this is the strategy. Long call, short put, long put. Okay. Total theta is minus 3.31. Total vega is 12.76. Now, if I remove the protection of long put, now see my theta and vega value. Have they become 0? कहाँ से तुम्हारा theta manage हो गया? Somebody said theta got managed. To manage time decay component, I am going to put in. In fact, if you add any unit to long call and synthetic, you are messing up with your Greeks. No, no, Rajit, I am not saying that you are wrong. My thing is, do you ask the right questions? And you can only ask right questions when you start thinking about the strategy. Remember this. I've seen a lot of times a lot of students blindly take trades without questioning or without understanding the rationale behind the trade. That is not good. Remember, we are not a tip service. It's okay. Vishal has tested. Fine. Have you tested, Rajit? So even if I do BFF, have you tested BFF? No, profit potential is unlimited, not nil. In synthetics, you don't need option oracle calculation. Sonia, I agree. I am not questioning synthetics. You can trade synthetics, not a problem. So synthetic trade karo ya futures trade karo, koi problem nahi. Both are the same. My question to you is, when the synthetics is there and you added a protection leg, just give me a moment, guys. Got it, guys? So just think. You have graph. I know what risks are there for my trade. No, no, forget it, Raj. I'm not saying okay. Yesterday was the photo, but you should have still asked the question, right? All right, guys, I'm back. No, no, forget it, Raj. I am not saying okay. Yesterday was the photo, but you should have still asked the question, right? How immediately I figured out by adding a long put, you're not doing anything but just buying a call option. So why do something that can be done cheaper in an expensive way? Because here you're going to put money for buying the put protection plus a futures, whereas in a long call it's going to be simply your call option premium. So always try to think from Greek's perspective and the diagrams, So, have you ever seen me not using options oracle in any of my XLT sessions? Because I cannot plan a trade if I don't see this graph. I cannot. Simply. I need this summary table and I need this because once I view the graph, I know what risks are there for my trade. And I can bet this. No professional options trader can plan an options trade without looking at this graph. Why would this graph be created in the first place if you don't need it? Got it, guys? So just think, you have to start thinking now. Now I have given you enough information about the concepts of options, okay? And this information is more than sufficient for you to start analyzing any strategies the way I look at it. What are my risks? So the only thing you have to look at is what are the risks that I have to this trade, okay? And before even looking at the graph, this is what tells me the risk for my trade. This is telling me that if the stock doesn't move out of the demand zone, I am going to get killed. I might lose my premium. And I'll speak to Vishal also. Options Oracle. Uh, I need to understand what Vishal has studied and how this has worked for him. Because I know Vishal trades synthetics pretty much. I don't trade synthetics at all. Yes, so Rameshji, just search for options Oracle Santosh Pasi. Yeah, Harish, go ahead. Options Oracle Santosh Pasi and you will get it. What is OTA recommendation? Now depends on whom you call OTA. So Harish, what we can say if we buy long call at the money 10,800 and long put at the money 10,800. That is called as long strangle. Again, a useless strategy, pure donation to the markets. That's the graph of, yes, Deepa, I'm going to, don't worry. Alright. That's a graph of a long strangle. Okay. So let's say I did this 10,800 call and 10,800 put, Harish. Okay. Now what are my break-even points? If you see, my upper break-even is 11,170 and my lower break-even is 10,430, which is approximately 400 points from the current market price, isn't it? And what does break-even point tell you? Break-even point tells you that your profits will start after that. Correct? So you will make money only when it goes beyond 11,200 on the upper side or 169 on the upper side and 11,000 10,430 on the lower side. which is nearly 3.5% move in Nifty. Then you are going to make money. डोनेशन का काम है और कुछ नहीं. And please, media, newspaper, everybody will tell you execute a long strangle or a long straddle. They are telling you to execute long straddle and long strangle because they want you to do that so that they will sell it to you. Remember this. Yep. I guess I had shown all of you some email from one of my students who wanted to do a long straddle in Infosys before the results, and I had advised against it. I don't know if you guys remember. Somebody who is there in, I usually show it in my MTCs, MTOs. Okay. All right. Now I have a little bit of theory remaining. So let me complete that theory and then we'll break for lunch. And after that, now I cannot start the RR calculation before. Oh, I can do it only after lunch. That is what we spoke about, Deepa. Long triangle is that strategy. All right. So now let me open day three. No, sorry, day four. It is in day four. If time permits, Shashank, definitely I'll do that. So position evolution, only this is the slide and I have told you what you need to do in position evolution. There is a nice lesson. Please go through that lesson in XLT. Let's talk about VIX. Now, this is an important thing which actually gives us a good idea about when to find market bottoms or market tops. Okay, so VIX works only on Nifty, remember that, and higher time frame charts. Don't go to intraday chart time frame charts. The Nifty volatility index, the VIX stands for volatility index, is a benchmark index that measures the implied volatility of options on the Nifty index, primarily put options. Okay, primarily put options. It is also known as the investor fear index for its positive correlation to the market downdrafts. It tends to rise as Nifty falls and it tends to decline or remain constant as Nifty rises. Okay, like any other correlation, it does not happen 100% of the time. So this is the VIX chart and this is the, okay, sorry, this is the Nifty chart. So if you see that when VIX is high, Nifty is down, and when VIX is low, Nifty is high. So there is a saying in the market for VIX, yeah, it's inversely correlated. When the VIX is high, you buy, and when the VIX is low, you go from the markets. When VIX is high, you buy. That means go for long positions. When VIX is low, you go for short positions. Yeah. Okay. I'll show you VIX charts, and this only works with index. Remember, because it is the index options. This is the index options. Based on the index options, it will not correlate with the individual stocks on daily charts. Yes, daily and above. No, no, Rajiv, you can have a. Okay, I'll show it to you first. So is this clear? The VIX is very interesting to understand the overall market condition, but is not really useful when assessing volatility conditions for individual scripts. There is no need to analyze VIX. Instead, we applied the volatility method. So for trading options, you are not going to look at VIX. You are going to look at VIX. Let's say markets are continuously dropping down. Okay, markets are continuously dropping down. When will they move up? So you have to just look at, where is my VIX? Is VIX sitting in supply? Yes, VIX is sitting in supply, and you will see Nifty sitting in demand. That's the time when you have to look for buying. Similarly, when VIX is sitting in demand and index is sitting in supply, look for shorts. I'll show you. Okay, just give me a moment. Let me get my charts here to show you. Yeah, you can short Nifty or any stocks, yeah. So it just gives you the turning points, and then you have to start looking for your opportunities accordingly. Blindly कुछ नहीं करने का है. Yeah, तो counter trend हुआ तो क्या हो गया? रमेश जी, it's okay if it's. No, no, VIX is based on the options data on the index. Index, remember, Nifty index only. No, stocks do not have their own VIX. So here you see change script, and in this you type India VIX, INDIA VIX. Now India VIX is tradable, but it is not really liquid. You can so what is VIX? VIX is nothing but investor fear gauge, and this is all wiki because it moves like this. Okay, now let's say this is my no Manish. VIX and IV have no correlation. No, because IV is the average IV. Welcome back everyone. Can you please confirm if you can hear my voice or see my screen? Alright. Sorry again, yeah, power connectivity issue. I have no idea why it's happening today. Generally it doesn't happen on Fridays, but then today it's happening. No, Manish, VIX and IV have no correlation. No. Because IV is the average IV based on both. Yeah, the big wicks are because it in the opening period it does like that. So those are those are low volatility and they suddenly move up. It's all based on the options pricing on the Nifty index. So this is how the wicks are. Okay. Now, do you see this is a supply zone on wicks? Rally based drop? Nothing. Forget it. Wicks don't indicate anything. It just indicates that wicks went all the way to 12 before it came up again. That's it. So when did we hit this wick supply? 19th February and 20th February it fell, correct? This is Nifty. 19th February, Nifty went and hit the bottom. Alright? And as wicks started cooling off, Nifty started moving up. So it is like a probability enhancer. Does it? Hello, Shreyas. Came today after a long time. Yes, it works for VIX demand zone as well. You can do this test. But I have seen it working most of the times on when VIX is in supply, it really comes down. Correct. If VIX is in supply and Nifty is in demand, that could signal that we can see a turning point. So if you are in shorts, book your shorts and wait for the longs. India VIX, right click, add script India VIX. In the search script, you put India VIX. Yeah, VIX tells measures of fear. Yes. Investor fear gauge. It is known as the investor fear gauge. So when investors are scary about this, so most of the times you will see everybody rushing to buy put options. Yes, it is true vice versa also. You see this, right? Nifty hit on 12th Feb Nifty, sorry, 7th Feb Nifty hit this supply zone and VIX hit this demand zone. Alright, now I've given you enough information. You can just do back testing. Look at different points in time. Where was Nifty and what it was doing. That's your demand zone in VIX. This is your demand zone. So now VIX is also in sideways range, right? Yeah, so VIX, that's okay. Look at that. Yep. But don't take it blindly. You have to look at a lot of things like the trend and everything on the index. हमें मिल गया ना कि चलो नेक्स्ट वीक डिमांड में आया तो निफ्टी को बेचो, नेक्स्ट सप्लाई में आया तो निफ्टी को खरीदो, खत्म हो गया काम। अगर इतना आसान होता तो सभी यही करते ना। जैसे देर इज जैसे options position without any stop loss, protected on either side, you will never go for a loss, is a myth. Because if that was the case, everybody would be trading that, right? And if everybody starts trading that, it'll stop working. All right. So VIX is also clear. Any questions on VIX? Absolutely correct, Sushila. It is inversely proportional, Mr. Suresh. VIX is inversely proportional to the Nifty. That's what I said, right? When VIX in supply, Nifty will most of the times will be in demand, and VIX in demand, you will see Nifty in supply. Yeah, you have to take the VIX also. Yes. Nizamuddin, good question. But when do you agree that Nifty in trending markets you can see corrective movements and impulsive movements? सीधा नो बोल दिया यार आपने। ट्रेंडिंग मार्केट में निफ्टी में इम्पल्सिव अप ट्रेंड है तो ऊपर ज्यादा फास्ट जाता है, नीचे करेक्टिव मोड में आता है, राइट? उस समय विक्स काम नहीं करेगा। But you are right. If you know supply demand very well, you don't need any other odd and answers. So let's say, for example, Nifty is continuously moving down, 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 down. Which demand zone will it stop and turn? So VIX here will only give you a good indication that whenever I go and hit a supply zone, you can expect the index to cool off. Yes, this is an additional support tool. It it can give you an indication of where can be those turning points. All right. So we have completed all strategies, all the theory part. Now the only thing that is remaining is RR calculation. Yeah, daily and above. You can even go to the weekly chart. All right. Any further questions? अरे आनंद, हाँ मैं सिखाने वाला हूँ हाउ टू यूज ऑप्शंस ओरेकल टूल। लंच भी तो करना है ना। Don't worry. It's after this we are going to do that only. Sir, I'm working on core strategy from last 2 months. Can you throw some light as how to backtest that, especially MIT and WIT gain mastery? Okay, we'll see that. Either here or in one of the XLT sessions, I can talk about that. 12 बजेगा क्या? आज सिर्फ एक ही ब्रेक लिया हम लोगों ने. Girish, there are no best strategies. Strategies are adapted as per market conditions. Option Instagram. Instagram or Telegram? No, Ramesh ji, it is you are incorrect. You are wrong. You are saying this because it is because you are not aware of supply and demand. It's not like that. क्या करोगे टेलीग्राम ग्रुप पे आके? Trading is a lonely job. You remember that. You can't trade with a group. It's your own skill, not anybody else's skill. Yeah, European markets open, right? So there are two things. One is European markets, it will take cues, and the other one is closing of today's positions. That's why it starts moving. Yeah. So Rahul, that's the reason I don't come into any options XLT group. Or even stock XLT group. I'm not there in any of those groups. Probably the only time when I will join those groups is when I quit OTA. ऐसा कुछ नहीं. Everybody has knowledge in their own sense. It's Rajit. I was planning to join next month. Give me a moment, guys. यार तुम लोग मजाक भी नहीं करने देते मेरे को. आनंद कुछ नहीं. लोग इधर वॉलेटिलिटी बढ़ गया है थोड़ा. आईवी सेक्शन 5 हो गया है. XLT, Ramesh sir, make use of XLT. XLTs will help you do that. Rajit, don't worry man. ऑल आर इन पैम इन पैरे. IV6 हो गया. बेचो ऑप्शन को अभी. तुम्हारा स्टॉप लॉस बजेगा जरूर ऑप्शन बेचोगे तो. पता नहीं. All right. Any questions on the options theory? Because we are at the end now. So let's take 1 hour break. Then we have 2 hours, and again probably I won't be able to take any break in the next 2 hours. We'll see depending on how we progress. Because the usage of options oracle tool, there'll be a lot of questions. I know. And don't worry if you don't understand this completely, you don't have to worry because we do this day in day out in Excel. This thing only. Okay. Yeah, that I will set in the last half an hour. All right. So let's exit everybody and come back at 2 o'clock sharp. Okay. But make sure everybody is in the room sharp at 2 o'clock. Okay. In Excel, these queries are not settled. Why? Manish? Do you think that I don't respond to your queries? I can only speak for myself. Okay. All right. Then it's fine. Okay, guys, please exit the room and join back at 2 o'clock. I am hungry now.